Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take a whole stack of info articles, notes, research, and, well, we try to pull out the key ideas to get you up to speed fast. Today, we're diving into something really mind-bending. What if life on Earth isn't just life? What if it's something more deliberate, like a process, a refinement?
Yeah, we're unpacking this really intriguing thought experiment, a philosophical one, that suggests human life here, on this planet, could actually be a kind of cosmic filter. Our mission today is to explore that. Where does the idea come from? What are the implications, pretty wild ones actually, and what it could mean for how we think about free will, maybe destiny. It's all drawn from the materials you shared. So let's dig in. Okay, first up, this central analogy. Imagine Earth as a kind of cosmic sandbox, or maybe even better, a rock tumbler. You know those things. You put in rough, jagged stones, and they tumble around, there's friction, and eventually they come out smooth, polished.
So this analogy suggests that, well, just like those stones get smoothed out, maybe human souls, especially those with what the source calls potentially dangerous free will, maybe we get refined through life's trials, the bumps and scrapes.
It's a pretty powerful image, isn't it? This framework basically suggests that human life is essentially a test, or maybe a filter, designed to, well, weed out the malcontents and troublemakers.
Wow. Okay, so like a sorting mechanism.
Exactly. It implies a universe that's quite deliberate, almost administrative in how it sorts souls. And if you look at the bigger picture implied here, it suggests this fascinating cycle, almost like cosmic justice.
How so?
Well, the idea is that souls who prove they can handle free will responsibly, they're permitted birth into more civilized planets. They graduate, sort of.
Okay.
But on the flip side, those may be already on these more civilized planets if they violate the rules there. Well, they find themselves subsequently reincarnated on Earth.
So Earth is like cosmic detention, or maybe remedial training.
You can see it that way, a cyclical process. Refinement, maybe rehabilitation. It's quite a concept.
That sounds, well, it echoes things I've heard before. It feels familiar almost. Where does this overlap with, say, bigger religious or spiritual ideas?
Oh, absolutely. You see strong parallels. In Christianity, for example, isn't earthly life often framed as a test of character that determines your eternal destination, heaven or hell?
Right, the judgment aspect.
And then you have Hinduism and Buddhism with the whole concept of reincarnation.
Yeah.
Karma, right?
Yeah.
Your actions in one life directly shaping your future lives, the realms you might end up in. It's like a cosmic report card, but over many, many lifetimes.
So, from a purely logical view, this whole hypothesis rests on the idea of a purposeful design behind everything, an intelligent design.
Pretty much, it suggests the universe isn't random.
Yeah.
And it views free will as this incredible gift, but also a potential liability, something that needs managing.
And Earth becomes the controlled environment for that management.
That seemed to be the idea, a testing ground.
It's a complex picture of cosmic order.
It is. But, this filter idea, as neat as it sounds, it immediately throws up some pretty big questions, critical ones.
Like what?
Well, for starters, what is responsible use of free will? Universally. Think about it, moral codes, ethics, they vary so much across cultures, across religions. What's responsible here might be unthinkable somewhere else. How could a single cosmic filter possibly use one standard?
It's a really good point. Who sets the standard?
Exactly. And who, or maybe what, administers this filter? Is it God? A natural law we don't understand yet? Some other cosmic mechanism? The sources, well, they don't really specify.
And why Earth? Why would this planet be the filter, especially if it's seen as a lower plane, for troublemakers or untested souls?
That's another great question. Maybe it's because of its challenges. The sheer diversity of hardship, war, suffering, temptation. Perhaps that makes it a uniquely rigorous testing ground, the ultimate stress test for a soul.
I keep coming back to that rock tumbler analogy. It's so vivid, smoothing the rough edges. But we're not rocks, are we? We have consciousness, agency. We make choices. Doesn't that mess with the system?
It absolutely complicates it. We're not just passively being tumbled. And the sources acknowledge this. They talk about imperfections, if such a system exists.
Imperfections like?
Well, like seeing people described as malcontents who seem to thrive, they get ahead, while others who seem, responsible, they suffer terribly. That doesn't quite fit a simple filtering model.
Right. So what does that imply?
It could mean the system itself is flawed.
Yeah.
Or maybe our definition of testing is too narrow. Perhaps the test includes resilience, how you handle suffering, not just whether you follow certain rules.
And then there's the skeptical angle, the lack of proof.
Right. From a scientific viewpoint, this is pure speculation. We have no empirical evidence, no direct proof of other advanced civilizations out there, let alone souls reincarnating between planets. It's a fascinating idea, but it's a leap,
A leap of intuition, maybe.
perhaps. But it definitely taps into something deep in us, doesn't it? This human need to find meaning, especially in suffering, to believe there's a larger order, a purpose behind it all.
You see that theme a lot.
Oh, yeah. Ancient myths, religions, even modern sci-fi. Think about Philip K. Dick or, The Matrix. The idea of Earth as some kind of simulation or testing ground,
Yeah.
it resonates. It keeps coming back in different forms. It clearly speaks to something in the human psyche.
Okay, so I've got the deliberate filter, the sort of administered test idea with all its questions, but you mentioned an alternative. What if it's not so managed?
Exactly. This is where, for me, it gets really interesting. The sources propose another angle. What if the filter isn't imposed, but it's natural, a self-organizing principle?
Self-organizing. How?
Through something called harmonic resonance and conscious focus. And this is driven by an ether, a concept the sources say that human science does not recognize.
Ether, like the old scientific idea. Sort of, but different. Think of it less as a physical substance and more like a subtle, non-physical medium, like an invisible field that connects everything. And crucially, it's influenced by mind, body, intention, by consciousness itself.
Okay, so it's like a vibrational field.
Precisely. It connects to ideas you find in esoteric traditions, theosophy, New Age thought, the idea that this ether carries the imprint, the vibration of our consciousness.
All right, so how does this vibrational field act as a filter then? Walk me through that.
Okay, so the idea is your free will expressed through your thoughts, your intentions, your actions generates a unique frequency. Your soul's signature vibration, if you will.
Like a radio signal.
Kind of, yeah. And then after death, this frequency you've cultivated, it naturally attracts your soul to a realm or planet that resonates at a similar frequency, like a magnet pulling things that match.
So no cosmic judge needed.
Exactly. No external judge is needed. That's the key phrase used. It's a self-sorting universe based on vibrational alignment, like attracts like. So if you're focused on, I don't know, mayhem, as the source puts it,
Then your soul might resonate with and be drawn to a lower vibrational realm. Maybe a place reflecting that chaos and discord, like tuning into a static-filled, chaotic frequency.
and the opposite, someone focused on virtue and beauty.
Their soul aligns with a higher vibrational realm, a place that matches that harmony, that peace, that growth. It implies a universe governed by these intrinsic laws of attraction, based purely on consciousness.
That is elegant in a way, less arbitrary.
It is. And then building on this, the sources introduce another really compelling idea, the concept of helpers.
Helpers, who are they?
These are described as souls who have essentially earned their way to higher dimensions. They've achieved that higher resonance, but they choose to stay on Earth
Why would they do that?
to help other humans ascend, to help raise the collective vibration here,
That sounds familiar too,
like bodhisattvas in Buddhism. Exactly. Enlightened beings who could leave the cycle of suffering, but choose to return out of compassion. Or you see similar ideas with ascended masters in some esoteric traditions.
so they act as anchors, holding a higher frequency here.
That seems to be the role suggested. Vibrational anchors. By modeling virtues, by guiding others, maybe just by being here, they help raise Earth's overall frequency.
And their presence could explain
Oh,
the mix of things here.
perhaps. It could help explain why Earth, even if it is some kind of filter or test ground, isn't just suffering and negativity. Why we also see incredible acts of selflessness, beauty, and compassion. These helpers might be providing a crucial counterbalance.
This resonance idea, it feels intuitive, but it also raises its own set of deep questions, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. The sources point these out too.
Like, how does your conscious focus even persist after death? To ensure that continuity, that attraction across lifetimes, what's the mechanism there?
That's a big one. And what shapes your initial focus? If you're born into, say, extreme trauma or chaos, does that environment inevitably skew your resonance? Or is the soul's inherent frequency somehow resilient? Can it overcome that conditioning?
Yeah, the nature versus nurture question on a cosmic scale.
Right. And these helpers, are they truly free to choose to stay? Or does their deep compassion create its own kind of resonance, a binding tie to Earth, almost like a sacrifice, It makes you wonder about the nature of free will, even at that level.
Still, you can see the appeal of this resonance framework.
Absolutely. Its intuitive appeal is really strong. It feels empowering, doesn't it? Your destination isn't just assigned to you by some external judge or system.
It emerges from you, from your own focus.
Exactly. It emerges from your conscious focus, your internal state. That sidesteps the whole problem of figuring out who gets to be the cosmic judge and what their criteria are. It makes the process feel, well, organic, intrinsically just, almost like the universe's ultimate meritocracy, but based on vibration, not just actions.
And you can see how this aligns with certain spiritual teachings, people like Paramahansa Yogananda, or maybe some modern spiritual thinkers. This emphasis on consciousness as the creative force shaping reality.
Precisely. The idea that our internal state, our intention, actively creates or attracts our external experience, this fits right in.
So let's try and wrap this up. What does it all boil down to? We've explored this really mind-bending idea, human life on Earth, as maybe being a crucible, a forge for refining free will.
Yeah, a crucible for refining free will. It's a fascinating synthesis, really. Pulling together spiritual ideas, philosophical speculation. It definitely makes you rethink your place in the universe.
It does.
But we have to keep in mind, while it definitely resonates with a lot of old traditions, religious and philosophical, it absolutely hinges on assumptions that are, well, currently unprovable.
Right, we're firmly in the realm of imagination, of theory, not hard science here.
For now, yes.
Yeah.
It's more speculative than verifiable reality.
But here's the takeaway, perhaps, for you listening. If there's even a sliver of truth to any of this, whether the filter or the resonance idea, then your free will, your conscious focus, is incredibly important. It's central to your cosmic journey.
Every choice, every intention, every thought pattern, it's all contributing to your soul's unique frequency, its signature tune in the universe.
So it leaves us with a pretty potent thought, doesn't it? If our conscious focus really does determine where we resonate next, how might we, right now in our everyday lives, intentionally cultivate more of that virtue and duty the sources talk about?
Yeah, how do we choose to focus?
Not just for some far-off future life, but to attract it, to resonate with it right here and now in this reality. So maybe the final question for you is, how might you start today to consciously tune your own vibration?